p.m. So if you are in Holmes County, you want to make sure you're getting to the lowest level of your home, an interior spot, because there is a radar indicated tornado within this vicinity in this system that we are seeing. The latest update, we did have that rotation near Millersburg, moving northeast at 15 miles per hour near the area of Berlin. So again, a tornado warning for parts of Holmes County, and it's for this kind of little rotation that we are seeing right here near Millersburg and Walnut Creek. So if you are in that area, if you hear my voice, if you know someone in Holmes County, they need to be in that safe location. We are looking right in here for the possibility of some of that rotation. This tornado warning came down a few minutes ago and will last until 9:15. We do want to look and see if we are seeing any rotation within this system. So let's turn on this velocity scan. So when we look for rotation, we want to see the bright greens and the reds next to each other. We are kind of seeing that clash right around the Millersburg and Walnut Creek area, where we are seeing the possibility of some rotation with this severe thunderstorm. It was a severe thunderstorm earlier, and they did upgrade that to a tornado warning, moving northeast at 15 miles per hour. So a few areas near here are going to be Charm, just north of Mount Hope, Holmesville as well, and then Walnut Creek just off to the east of that. So we're talking within those towns, those areas. Turning back on our radar, we'll get a better look. Oh, there's another look at the velocity scan. You could see those two colors back to back, so seeing a little bit of broad rotation embedded there. And also when we see this kind of wrapping motion, almost like a hook, that is also when we can kind of see that rotation as well, just to the east of Millersburg and to the west of Walnut Creek. So if we put moving northeast at 15 miles per hour, this will continue to lift and will be closer towards the Walnut Creek area right at 9:04. So again, going to keep an eye on this area of some rotation that we are looking at. All right, not seeing any latest updates from the National Weather Service, so we're checking in on that. But again, for this tornado warning, that is in Holmes County, just to the west of Tuscarawas County, where we've seen kind of this line of thunderstorms throughout the night kind of really progress and strengthen. If we do zoom out to where we are seeing this as a whole, we've been watching this line, these severe thunderstorms, just near the New Philadelphia area. So if you're in New Philadelphia, you're not seeing that tornado warning system, but you're definitely seeing a thunderstorm that is bringing some gusty conditions to the area. We've seen wind gusts tonight 60 to 70 miles per hour, so could do some damage. As we take you down to Bucks and even Newcomerstown, dealing with that thunderstorm, we can put a track on this system as well. This is again lifting off to the north and east, moving rather slowly. So these systems have also put down a decent amount of rain. So this will continue to push off to the northeast, a little bit closer to New Philadelphia right around 8:44 if you're not getting the brunt of that now. Mineral City at 8:54, Mill at 8:51. So there is just that for the severe thunderstorm warning. If we take that off and look at the tornado warning, this is just for parts of Holmes County near Walnut Creek. So right in this area is where we are watching out for some of that weak rotation. And I will say the last few scans, we kind of seen this break up a little bit, so that's good news, hoping to see this system start to fall apart some. Again, if you're just joining me, we do have a tornado warning for parts of Holmes County. The latest from the National Weather Service is that they are going to continue that until 9:15. They are seeing this over Walnut Creek, at least that rotation again. So we've seen this now move a little bit closer to the Walnut Creek area. You could see Millersburg, you are in the clear. So if you're hearing my voice, if you know anyone in the Millersburg region, you are now out of the tornado warning box. So that no longer is a problem. You can come out of your safe spot, but for folks a little bit closer towards Walnut Creek, you still want to be in the lowest level of your home. And when we talk about that, you may be thinking, well, what does that mean? What if I don't have a basement? Well, just here's a few things that maybe you need to know when we're talking about safety and the best place to be. So you obviously don't want to be outside. You don't want to be near any of those exterior windows or those rooms with the big windows. So sometimes that's the living room or the kitchen. You don't want to be near that exterior wall. You want to get into the middle of your home, the safest place to be when it comes to these type of systems. So that could be a hallway, a closet, maybe even a stairway that's in the center of your home. And then a bathroom, also a very good place to be in a bathtub, and make sure you're keeping your head protected. Also, if you have a basement, that is absolutely the best place to be. When we talk about what it takes to create these systems, we are looking for shear, so the turning of the winds with heights. When we look at those different wind speeds with heights, that's when we look at the velocity. So when I say the map with the greens and the reds back to back, that's what we're looking for, a little bit of shear. Lift, we need some type of mechanism to be able to provide these thunderstorms, and we have that area of low pressure today that has brought that instability. It was a very warm, humid day, so that is what brought on the chance for some of those storms, and definitely had high dew points for that amount of moisture as well. Let's get back to where we are seeing that tornado warning. So again, this warning will last until 9:15 unless the National Weather Service provides otherwise. Across the area, folks closer to the Cleveland really just dealing with rain, so maybe some of you looking outside or at least listening in thinking, well, boy, it's dry here, we're not seeing the rain anymore, but everyone's not seeing that severe weather. We've seen a lot of the systems fall apart. It's really to the south of us, so south of Canton, near New Philadelphia area, where we're seeing a few of those severe thunderstorm warnings, and then Holmes County is where we have that tornado warning. So let's get the latest look on our velocity scan. And again, we're seeing some of this closer to the Walnut Creek area. So I want to put a tracker on where we are seeing that move off to the north and east, right around 15 miles per hour. So that will be closer to Trail, Walnut Creek here around 9 o'clock. Again, Millersburg, you are now out of that tornado warning. You are surrounded by a severe thunderstorm warning, so we've definitely had some pretty gusty conditions embedded in a few of these stronger storms, but it does now seem like Millersburg, you are in the clear now with that. Let's take this off and zoom into a few other locations. So Charm, you are also very close to where we're seeing some of that rotation. If you're within that area, Trail, moving off to the east. So Bars Mills, you are not in the tornado warning, although you are definitely close by to Walnut Creek. So I would definitely be paying attention to the weather. If you have kiddos outside, if you know somebody that's maybe traveling, just give them a little bit of an update that you are seeing some stronger weather in your neighborhood. Again, not included in that tornado warning, but it is very close to your vicinity. Farmerstown, possibly seeing some of that rotation as well. This is right near Beck's Mill, and then also Bunker Hill included in that, although we are seeing this push off to the north and east. So Bunker Hill, you should be in the clear within the next 20 minutes or so, but make sure you're still staying in that safe space. Take your phone, iPad, computer with you to that, so you can continue to listen to my voice while we are continuing to track this tornado warning, again, for parts of Holmes County. And right now we are seeing that this was radar indicated, so we don't have any confirmation from spotters that they are seeing any of that touch the ground, but they did see the possibility of that on radar here. We've also had a lot of large hail and some damaging winds across the region too, so we've gotten plenty of updates on that. Let's take a look and see if we can see any hail embedded in these storms. I know we had some closer to the Mansfield area earlier, maybe some small hail just south of New Philadelphia, but not really seeing any in our product here. Here's another way to look at it. This product's called Vil. So kind of looking at the amount of liquid that is embedded in these thunderstorms. It does seem New Philadelphia may be picking up on some of those larger, taller storms that could have some smaller hail embedded in that. Let's take you back to our radar. I'm going to do a little bit of a lapse on kind of what we've been seeing this evening. So we're a little bit zoomed out across most of the state. This is going to be kind of the last of it for tonight. Once this is out of the region, we'll then start to see some quieter weather. So taking you up north, folks near Ashtabula are going to get that round of rain here in just about probably 30 minutes or so. Cleveland, you've kind of been in and out of this patchy drizzle. And then off to the south, Akron, dealing with a few thunderstorms right now, although that rain just about to end in your neighborhood. As you can see, looking off to the west behind it, you're going to see some clearing here. So Mansfield seeing some clearing. So we'll get a little bit of a break. I'd say probably 45 minutes or so until you see some calmer weather. Canton dealing with thunderstorms, and then we're getting down to really the intense weather where we're seeing those severe thunderstorm warnings and then that tornado warning that we've been on here talking about, again, for Holmes County. Zooming back in on this, it does seem like with the latest scan, so we were talking earlier, seeing a little bit of this hook, that is starting to deteriorate some. So not really seeing as much of a pronounced hook here. We'll see it here if the National Weather Service comes down with anything. Again, this still lasts until 9:15 until otherwise, but as of a couple minutes ago, they were seeing some of that rotation near Walnut Creek, and that's where we are seeing that on our velocity scan as well, those colors kind of back to back. A lot of frequent lightning within these storms as well, so we are seeing a pretty loud night depending on where you are. So again, that is for parts of Walnut Creek, Farmerstown, also included in that Bex Mills. Millersburg, you are now out of that tornado warning box. Mount Hope, you're also out of that box, but there is a severe thunderstorm warning surrounding your area that will last over the next few moments. So that will last until about 9:15. That includes parts of Holmes County as well. So the area where that tornado warning, they kind of shortened that box, they then just replaced it with a severe thunderstorm warning, because we're still seeing some pretty strong winds with some of the systems that we are tracking. Here's this other severe thunderstorm warning that we have for parts of New Philadelphia. This stretches through parts of Mill, Carrollton, even Brown and North included in that, so a pretty large severe thunderstorm warning box. This will last until about 9:30, so you still have a good 40 minutes or so until that expires. And again, this is for wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour for this line moving off to the east. So that could mean damage to some trees and power lines. Also could see some power outages out of this system. Let's get that box off for you so you can see. Putting a track on this severe thunderstorm storm. This will continue moving off to the north and east as we head throughout the evening, a little bit closer towards New Cumberland at 8:58. It'll then continue moving closer towards Valley View at 9:05 and will continue to push closer to the Pennsylvania border. So watching the severe, that's just for the severe thunderstorm warning that's moving off to the east. Here's where we have this tornado warning, again for parts of Walnut Creek, just to the east of Millersburg. Still watching this. We'll get the latest here and see if we do have any rotation. Still seeing a little bit of that back to back. Not seeing any latest updates from the National Weather Service. The one problem, this gets a little bit far from our radar site. So they usually juggle this information between the Cleveland National Weather Service office and the Pittsburgh National Weather Service office. As you can see, the radar scans kind of jumping one to the other, but this came out of the Cleveland National Weather Service office, seeing this rotation within this tornado warned cell. Let's bring our radar back on for you. Again, we're kind of seeing that system fall apart there, so it'll be interesting to see that next update from the National Weather Service if they see this drop, but still until then you want to be in that safe spot up until about 9:15 for this tornado warning within that area. Again, this is closer to the Walnut Creek where they're seeing some of that rotation. Trail is just to the north of that. Bunker Hill, Charm, Farmerstown also included in this tornado warning box that is set to expire at 9:15. Earlier this evening, we did have some pretty large hail across the region. We had some hail closer towards the Mansfield area that was up to about 1 inch. So some pretty large hail embedded in a few of these taller thunderstorms that we're seeing, and still can't rule out some smaller hail embedded in some of those systems. So that's the possibility that we have with a few of those stronger storms. Again, it does look like they're continuing that severe thunderstorm warning for parts of New Philadelphia. That'll move off to the east and continue to impact areas near Valley View and also Leesville and Mill in that very heavy rain, probably dealing with some localized flooding problems as well. As we can see, the storms are moving very slow, so dropping a lot of precipitation in that. And we do have the chance for some storms as we head into the day tomorrow. So of course we'll be watching all of this for you as we continue to track these stronger storms into our region. If you're just joining us, we do have this tornado warning. It is for parts of Holmes County. Again, the very southeastern portion of the area. Okay, and we're just getting confirmation that the National Weather Service did cancel that, so the tornado warning has now been canceled for Holmes County. It's now a severe thunderstorm warning. Of course, we'll continue to monitor this. If we have any changes, we'll be sure to bring you the latest information. Of course, we have our newscast coming up after the game, so you can join us there. If not, Alexis will be here early in the morning. Thank you again for joining us. Stay safe.